The Association of European Parliamentarians with Africa, AWEPA, works in cooperation with African parliaments to strengthen parliamentary democracy, keep Africa high on the political agenda in Europe, and facilitate African-European parliamentary dialogue. AWEPA project in South Sudan is implementing a capacity-building program for local councils funded by the government of Netherlands. The program focuses on strengthening the capacity of local councils to enable them carry out their legislative oversight and representative mandates. The program activities include, among others, outreach visits where the councillors are given the opportunity to go and interface with the communities they represent and discuss a wide range of issues pertaining their livelihood and development of the areas. The councillors also attend and participate in trainings on several topical issues relevant to their delivery of services. It's in this regard that in March 2014, AWEPA facilitated half of the councillors of Yei River County to go to Rasol Boma.
Yei River County has 5 payams previously, namely Yei Payam, Lasso Payam, Mugo Payam, Kotogo Payam, and Tore Payam. But recently, because of the development of Yei River County town, it has been upgraded to municipality, in which now Yei is working, Yei River County Authority is working with 4 payams, which is Tore, Lasso, Otogo, and Mugo, while the town of Yei has become a municipality under the jurisdiction of the mayor.
Over the years, many cultural practices and beliefs among the inhabitants of Yei have kept women lagging behind in most aspects of life, say education, agriculture, health, and politics, to mention but a few. The councillors hence thought it necessary to sensitize the people of Rasol about the importance of gender sensitivity, with emphasis to the girl child that is commonly marginalized in opportunities to further their education.
Our communities have some other norms and cultures that bind out women in participating in some other areas where it has become a negative impact towards our development. So we need to encourage working together. That is why we have chosen to go and make introduction on gender, so that people understand exactly the roles and the responsibilities, who does what and who is responsible on what.
After an introductory session, the Deputy Speaker introduced the main topic for discussion, gender. He explained to the people the meaning of gender, giving its significance in sectors such as agriculture, health, and education.
Munasuma kelima wa yumu gale itakunuswan de nasi kidi de maria sakit ita bunu sulana fi kelima zede fi wasa de kelima kwis ai kanita kumpada harufu batali bitu ana murta liano ita bikelima maria sakit binduni maria ita bimwa bikunu haikan keda inta kumishara bitu wahidi ya wade na asadi geni ni tegeriba ni grupu alegeni na dikulu nusuwa ni gale dema kalambita nina de kalambita rojal lakini ana bewarile nahina na adri jede fi dunia ala asade kalam de mafi o de batal.
After a good introduction, the Deputy Speaker gave chance to the other councillors who made presentations while giving room for questions and answers on planned topics like gender and HIV/AIDS and girl-child education.
Zira, agriculture, house, ida ketir. Kan ita andak mara, wita andak bit, wita andak wallet, au andak banat, wa aulad, kan del kulu stakal sawa ma ita zato أكل بتاعك بتاعك كتير. If
Can
we segregate
na big gesim.
كان نجسم
If we segregate,
كان نجسم نسوان أو يعني بنات من أولاد مثلا في education نحن بعمل غلطة عشان إذا كان إتقول بنية بتاعي ده كلي جاني عشان بجوزو إلى كلي ولد بتاعي ده ياو ماشي في مدرسة إتا يمكن يعني بنية ده ياو شاطر فوت ولد
في زول بس بيوري لنا قال اتش اي كاستن واحد كده اتش اي في دو شنو سلطان
HIV is a sickness.
قال اتش اي في ده وعيان في زول ثاني بس زمن تنا قصير ايوه اوكي
That is a sickness that is got from women.
نمرة 2
Normally these words move together. There is AIDS. Is there any person who knows about AIDS?
زول كان عارف ايدز شنو كمان كان عارف ايده فوق
We only know that HIV and AIDS it's a bad disease, but the separation of these two words we are not aware of it. We don't know.
At the start of the discussions, most of the participants, especially men, were shy to talk about the subject of HIV/AIDS as they felt issues to do with open talk about sex was a taboo in their culture and should not be discussed in public. However, as the discussion progressed, they realized the importance of discussing this issue in the open to create awareness about the HIV/AIDS scourge in the community.
Elders these days, they are becoming too sharp. The eyes can now contact left and right. These days, they even misuse the small girls with their big money.
زول في
Which means we don't respect ourselves. The man goes out to look for the disease and he brings to the woman. And sometimes also a woman got compelled, he goes out and then carries it home, now contributing to the man.
The community reported a general lack of understanding of HIV/AIDS related matters and further that there is only one health center built in the area, yet with few qualified medical staff and inadequate medical supplies to serve the entire Payam community.
Motoraja, Yale can grow bigger for medals at a jaran. To reduce Toman medals at a boy. Can motor oligoman physica, malaria gija muluman. Kedora muluman treatment defiat mahal. Medals Mushesh for Mafi, medals are Mafi, Moyo Mafi. Yajama de Kula Jata Muhim Takunesita Nafogo.
Kalamala adana gakon. Ena gayen. Lusani go dugu. Asade. Kalamata la go wonu sude kan annamule teramo je. Anna gamal kalamata la je. Nasala sadade ana majojus mene dana ma kalmu kifaya ni hina da ya da gwa bega mafi wala zubtaliya wala madarasa wala tariga bitakanisa wala adolo wala nasira fay makalan tarabana mafi anna sulu bas kalam bitanna le maya ma amfa daya wana galiga ajal asimto na de edisi wala shunu de mana to yada.
The women further reported lack of clean water and other social amenities. They said they only had one borehole to supply the whole community with water. They challenged the councillors to tell them why they had come to see them with bottled water if they knew that clean water was available in the community. The councillors got to realize that majority of the bylaws they passed had never gotten down to the grassroots, which resulted into reports of weak law enforcement. Cases of corruption by law enforcement officers were also reported.
I'm very thankful today with this organization and our councillors. Since I came here, there's nothing of this kind, and the people are just staying like that. Nobody is caring about them. Whatever has been spoken here is there. How do I know? How do I know if you people did not come here?
Segregation and discrimination of women.
Women are here discriminated very seriously. I'm requesting you people, today's teaching might not be enough. Today we've sensed that the government has started reaching us.
All in all, the outreach visit was successful and well appreciated by the community. It ended with a colorful dance performance for the councillors as they left to return to Yei. The following day, the participants had a council session and all the 32 members of Yei Legislative Council attended. This special session was organized to have the councillors who traveled to Rasol update the other councillors on what had transpired during the outreach. Different councillors were given chance to make presentations, and later the Speaker of the Council asked them to reflect on what they had learned from the outreach and identify issues such that the Council would come out with resolutions on the issues identified.
It is the challenge in that particular community or political society. To me, it is the element of marginalization. As marginalization is taking place there, the result is backwardness. As briefly mentioned here, I think they came up that as they live there, they never witness the government people, visiting them, informing them, sensitizing them, giving them awareness. Never. It was almost a surprise to see this group, see the first of its kind in their life, that they are being informed, they are being told what is happening or what to do. So, this gives us, in this August House, to be aware also that there are parts of this county, I don't know if politically or socially, are marginalized. They are not treated equally as the other parts.
Yesterday, I was actually shocked when I heard the Paramount Chief saying that they are waiting for law. I was shocked because what does it imply? It implies that we councillors, we are not working, while we have passed a lot of resolutions, and these resolutions are not reaching their end. This is why they are still saying that they are waiting for law. And this is what they are telling the community, that I'm sure that after all, the challenges that we are facing is because your councillors are not working.
And parents, especially fathers, mothers, and the youth, they all go to the disco. It becomes difficult to tell people, especially youth, how to go to disco, which age is not to attend disco, because parents are all seen there, with even their, especially mothers with their kids on their back. Also, to the disco.
Even sometimes a teacher, he gave example of a teacher who impregnates a schoolgirl. But then when the person was brought, when they brought the person under arrest, then the families, family members coming to support that why are you arresting this person. And sometimes these issues are not reported to them. People just settle these issues at family level.
A number of issues were identified that reflected the concerns of the community.
And our problems, we know very well, are financial. So, with this invaluable support AWEPA is giving, I would appeal that the outreach program be expanded, because it is AWEPA now that is able to train us to do a good job. So if we are trained and we know and we cannot go to the grassroots, I think
it was unanimously agreed that most of the issues identified could be used to generate bylaws in the Yei Legislative Council that will be helpful in resolving most of the issues identified. The councillors of Yei, through their speaker, thanked AWEPA for supporting the capacity building training and outreach program to the lower tier parliaments where massive support is still required.